What's going on, people? So obviously there's been a lot said about my name this whole day on the blogs, and a situation that I originally brought to light a couple of weeks ago on my podcast, The Rap Party. I'm doing this video because I've taken time to kind of think about my actions on the podcast. And looking back at that moment and watching it back again, there's a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I regret doing. One of them being bringing something private to the public. I was very, very, very angry at the situation that I spoke about. You know, something was happening with my friend, a close friend of mine, and I couldn't just sit there and watch it happen, kind of thing. And how it left me feeling wasn't really, really good. So I reacted instead of responding. And I went on my podcast and I just put something that was private out there publicly, and I maybe could have addressed it publicly, but I was so livid that I didn't do that. Those that do know about me, those that do care about me, will know that I don't end up in the blogs for things like this. I don't put things out publicly. So for me to do that, there must have been a reason. Whether right or wrong, we're all humans, and sometimes we can be impulsive and we can say things and do things at the wrong time. But we're human beings, and I'm not better or perfect than anyone else, and I make mistakes too. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I want to apologize for is including people that had nothing to do with it in that moment. So the two people that were also with me on the trip in Dubai as well, and to have them brought into the scenario, they're both private people. They don't seek the limelight like that, and their names being thrown around. Their names being thrown around in this situation is something that is based on my initial action. Even though I didn't bring their names to it personally, my initial action triggered all of the things that happened after. So I apologize to both of them. I have apologized to both of them as well for ultimately having them involved in a scenario that was very, very private. Also to my guys on the podcast as well. Obviously that they're my good friends and we talk about various topics and stuff like that. But to bring that to them now, to see them getting thrown around the place as well online, isn't what my intention was. I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just very, very emotional. You can see that in the passion that I put into that video. Do you know what I mean? Do I take back what I said? No, I don't take back what I said. And that individual and me knows what happened. This isn't for people who was nowhere near where we were to have an opinion on it. What's now being spun is that I hate black women, I hate successful black women, I hate black women who are influencers. This is the narrative that's going on, which has got nothing to do with this. This is just somebody, an individual who was taking the piss. That's it. This is somebody who I thought was cool. I was happy for them to be in my space. And then I saw how they were moving and I was like, not on my watch. I don't understand what anyone else can say about that when they were not there. Don't tell me you know this individual and all you do is watch her videos. If you've never been on vacation with this person or you've not seen this person in real life, don't stop talking like you know people. You don't. So I don't want anyone telling me anything outside of what I spoke about. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I can admit where I was wrong, and I've taken accountability for where I was wrong, and I apologize 1,000 times for that. But I'm not taking back what I said, because what I said happened. And I was offended by it, and I felt disrespected by it. I could be broke, I could be whatever the person wants to call me. I can be all those things. But none of those things are going to change what you know and what I know. So on that note, I hope this ends this conversation. I'm not trying to carry this on. I've got a whole bunch of things to do. I've learned so much through today, and I've had so many people that care about me tell me where I was wrong and tell me where where I was right. You see what I'm trying to say? And I appreciate those people. And those that have called me to check up on me, I'm absolutely fine. And I appreciate the phone calls, because it just shows that, you know, like, this situation is something that I'm not going to have to deal with by myself, you know. But when people want to lie in your name and throw rhetoric, you know, this is what happens, innit? It's my opinion and it's her opinion. But what I'm happy with is I know what she knows and she knows what I know. That's it. Everything else is for people's public opinion, which doesn't really matter and doesn't offend me when people want to drag my name. They want to start talking about other things that have nothing to do with what my point was. Do you see what I'm trying to say? This is a disagreement with two people, and that's it. But again, I apologise for dragging two people involved into this situation that had nothing to do with it. You know, their name should not be mentioned at all. I apologise to my guys for bringing this to them and people mentioning their names as well. And this isn't about black women. And at the stage I'm at in my career, I don't feel like at liberty to explain what black women mean to me and what I've done in the past. You know, if people care about me enough, they'll go and find out. However, if black women have been offended by the rhetoric that's been going around, I apologise. But trust me, if you know me or anything about me, for real, and not just on social media or watching me at a show, you know that me having an issue with successful black women is far from the truth. So on that note, I hope this puts everything to bed. God bless.